2, 1. Hello and welcome back to the Liberty for Philly podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell. Jared is on vacation, and this is episode 19. We got Alex Carr back from our first ever episode. We got some new faces joining us. We got the Pittsburgh Sports Podcast, hosted by Mason over here. We got Philly Sports Reports, also known as Ben Goldstein, over on the bottom left. If Zoom misses up, I don't know. But here's all that's people are here today, and welcome to the All-Star Break edition of the podcast. We have officially made it through the first half of the MLB Major League Baseball season. Quick, before we get into anything else, I would like to shout out Cheese B on Twitter for sponsoring this episode. Cheese, you're the man, and thank you for enjoying the podcast.
Cheese.
The Phillies are one game under 500 going into the last game before the break. They won today by a score of 11-2. They beat up on Brandon Workman in his 0 innings of work today, which was amazing. And let's start with that. So the Phillies are hopefully looking forward to close out the series with a win over Nick Pivetta tomorrow. If they do that, they shall be at 500 at the All-Star break for the first time since 2019. I don't think we were at 500. No, we were good enough last year. Was there even a trade deadline last year?
Yeah, there was, I think.
Yes, but who was paying attention?
Who was paying attention to it? Yeah.
There was a pandemic going on,
Yeah, so with the Phillies, major holes are shown in the 4 or 5 spots of the rotation with Vince Velasquez and Matt Moore, who pitched okay today, but had to leave and have Hector Neris come in and finish off his work. And what do you think the Phillies really need to do here at this trade deadline in order to preserve their chances of going to win the NL East, due to the fact that the NL West should run away with the wild card? Let's start. Whoever just wants to start.
I mean, if I may, probably. I mean, so there's two routes they can take, right? So they can either go play it safe like they usually do. Sorry about Nola moaning in the background. So they can either play it safe, which they typically do. Acquiring reliever, somebody like, I don't know, Ian Kennedy is a name that's being tossed around now, or like,
oh God,
I don't know, just one of those guys. Ryan Tepera of the Cubs. They can just like grab one reliever for the back end of the bullpen, like they did with David Phelps last year. Didn't go well, right? Well, that was even before. Names. That was way before the deadline. That was I think probably a whole month prior to the deadline. But actual impactful guys that hopefully won't blow up in your face, which David Phelps actually did, but whatever. Hush. But they can either do that and then grab a right-handed bench bat, whoever that may be, and then grab an inning eater, or they could go out and be really seize this opportunity that they have with. I don't know what the score of the second Mets game is today, but I do know they lost the first one, which means they'll be probably around the range of 4 games back of first place by the All-Star break. That being the case, it is within reach. It is not a foregone conclusion that the Mets will go ahead and win this division, especially if, it depends on what they do at the deadline, but I really couldn't tell you. But if, Steve Cohen goes out and says, hey, let's get Chris Bryant. Hey, let's get, Jose Barrios. Hey, let's get, whoever the heck they decide they want to grab. It's very likely that the Phillies could be in contention, by the end of the race. Like it could come down to the wire here. So depending on, what happens, if they so choose, they could go out and grab some really impactful guys. Nola is just barking away. They could just say, hey, Cubs, what do you want for Chris Bryant and Craig Kimbrell? Fill 2 of their holes right there. Now that would cost you a pretty penny, but remember, Chris Bryant is making a ton of money this year. Craig Kimbrell making a ton of money this year. They may be on, 1-year deals. Kimbrell's on a deal with an option that has already vested, but it can still be bought out by next year. So, there's a couple ways they can go here, and depending on the way that they choose, it could mean that they are a lot more favorable to win the division, or they're a lot, the same to win the division. But either way, their odds probably won't decrease. And to this point, we've seen this division's wide open.
Yeah, agreed. Ben, what are your thoughts?
Well, on the Mets, it's 2-0 Mets in the bottom of the second inning, but it's still very early. But just get Vince Velasquez out of here is number one. And just help the bullpen is where I stand, honestly. Just they need help because it's not working, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. Mason, we know you're a Pittsburgh guy, but
no, he's a Pirates fan now, or a Phillies fan now. Sorry.
What do you think the Phillies should do? Should they trade for Brian Hayes, your favorite player of all time?
I think if they do, because
Down
of course
goes the
that
phone.
happens. I think if they do trade for Key Bryant, it's not possible, but it's the Pirates, so you know. But the Phillies should go after bullpen, honestly. That's their main weakness right now. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going back to me, I got in a huge I caused a little riot in the WIP Twitter page the other day by saying that the Phillies should be trading one of Alec Boehm and Rhys Hoskins for Craig Kimbrell and Chris Bryant. And that caused a huge debate saying that wouldn't be possible. However, it's the Cubs, and I think I don't know who they would prefer. They have Anthony Rizzo, so I do believe they would probably want Alec
Not
Boehm
after
more.
this year, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Forgot about that, actually.
So just because I know that's going to be a bit of a popular thing now. It's like, hey, let's trade Alec Boehm for Chris Bryant and Craig Kimbrell. Alec Boehm doesn't profile as a third baseman long term. I think we all know that at this point. That being said, he does seem to be getting back into it. He's swinging a hot bat, hitting somewhere in the 300s since June. So I think it would be silly to trade him for either one of those guys, especially when first of all, Craig Kimbrell is making so much money. So his trade value is probably not as significant as you think, unless the Cubs eat a whole bunch of that money. And then Chris Bryant also making a ton of money, obviously an impactful bat, but is a rental. And half of a year of a guy like that is not exactly going to get you some. Chris Bryant's name carries a bit more weight than his overall production over the last few years, although he has been really, really productive this year. What is going to be interesting is, to see what the Cubs actually do with him. They could either hang on to him and give him a qualifying offer next year, which he will surely turn down. And then they get, a prospect out of that, or they're just going to go with quantity over quality. And some team's going to ship him, a few, probably 5 to 10 system ranked prospects, and not like 5 to 10 system ranked prospects, but like guys ranked 5 through 10, which is usually what guys like that require in trade, especially for half of a year, because you're really just paying for the extension rights, right? That's like what you're really overpaying for there. So it's gonna be interesting, but I don't think it takes Alec Boehm to land Chris Bryant. If we're talking about landing Chris Bryant and Craig Kimbrell in the same deal, which I don't think it would very much make sense for them to package the two together. But if we're talking about both, you're probably, unless the Cubs eat an astonishing amount of that contract, which they will not, because they're going to go into a rebuild, that he's probably not going to cost you too much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you would also have to get a commitment probably from Chris Bryant if he's willing to re-sign with you in this offseason. Other than that, I think it might be best for the Phillies to go look at Joey Gallo. He's a all-around player. He can play the hot corner if you want to say move around your defense as it is, but it wouldn't be a bad decision to go check the tires on Joey Gallo and say whatever arms you can probably get a good bullpen arm probably from the Rangers in that deal to fill your needs too.
That's a deal that's probably going to cost you a lot more. So Joey Gallo has 2 years of control. He's got a year of control past this. And he's also hitting like an absolute monster. So you're probably going to end up parting with a top 100 prospect in a deal like that. And I'll be honest, everybody knows I love Joey Gallo more than I love my anything. I love that man to the moon and back. He is an absolute king. But you know, a deal like that for a guy like Joey Gallo is a tough one to make, especially when, you know, yes, the Phillies will need to supplement Andrew McCutchen's leaving next year. But I think they go another route in doing that. I don't think trading for Joey Gallo is exactly what they need, especially when you consider the fact that, you know, Joey Gallo would hit probably, you know, 5th in the Phillies lineup, right? Well, I don't know. You know, they already have, you know, a left-handed 3-hole hitter in Bryce Harper, and having Joey Gallo there doesn't exactly make for the best protection when you talk about lefty on lefty matchups with a 3-batter minimum. So not sure Joey Gallo is the guy, but he will make one team very happy, that probably a team in the NL East, if we're being completely honest. Although I'm not sure, depending on how long Ronald Acuna Jr. will be out, which, you know, obviously we're thinking the best for him. I cannot believe this is the first time I think I've ever seen him get significantly hurt. He's like an Iron Man. But, you know, depending on how long he's out, I'm not sure if we'll see the Braves really buy to the extent that their fans want them to. And then when it comes to the Mets, I mean, they got to pick and choose, because they've got, you know, some spots to fill, but they're going to have to part with a lot to fill them. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting.
Agreed. Moving on to next week's MLB events, we got the MLB draft and the home run derby in Coors Field. Let's start off with Alex's strong suit, the MLB draft. The Phillies
something to add really quick. Sorry about that.
You're good.
I don't know if you mentioned this in the open, but Alec Bohm is in COVID protocol. He exited the game Saturday or today, whenever you're going to post this, in the 8th inning after hitting a 2-run home run, and there's nothing out yet. So for the listeners, I would monitor this if nothing has come out yet, because this could be pretty significant for the Phillies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sorry for cutting you off, by the way.
No, you're good. Everybody cuts each other off on this podcast. It's kind of if you've seen any any of our other episodes, it happens. Now moving back to the MLB draft. Phillies picking 13th in this draft. Who do you think the Phillies should go after for this draft, Alex?
I've always been on team for most drafts. I'm on team best available talent. I don't think there's, you know, any particular guy when you start talking about picking in the middle of, you know, the middle of 30, so like 13 to, you know, below. It starts at like 10 or below. You start getting into the less premium players. You start getting into, you know, you could go under slot in the first round, and then, you know, you're picking the second round. You could really go over slot for a high schooler that you really want, or something like that. But primarily when we're talking about 13 right now, I'm mostly looking at, as I'm sure most other people are, I mean, Benny Montgomery, huge upside. The way that Mick Abel has worked out for the Phillies, I mean, you gotta be willing to go high schooler again if you're the Phillies. I mean, they really hit the jackpot with Mick Abel. What a steal he has been. I mean, already I'm seeing midseason prospect rankings come out, and Mick Abel, you know, a guy that was drafted just last year, is ranked, you know, number 25. I've seen one where he's ranked number 33. I mean, like, we're talking like a top 50 prospect at age 19 here. So that's pretty significant. Yeah, he just looks like he's going to be the steal of the draft. It's very exciting. Phillies did a great job. Brian Barber killed it last year. But on top of that, you know, you look this year, and there's a lot of high school talent that's really intriguing. I mean, oh my goodness, sorry you guys, my dog is just barking away. But there's a lot of high school talent that's really intriguing. You know, a lot of people were on Chase Petty, you know, at the start of this summer. Benny Montgomery, obviously turning a lot of heads. I know there's a lot of industry hype around the Phillies and two guys being Andrew Painter and Colton Cowser. I'm not sure I very much like Andrew Painter, to be completely honest. I'm actually not a fan at all. And then as for Colton Cowser, you know, he's very Adam Hazley-ish, has better power numbers for sure. And, you know, is definitely a little bit more likely to stick at center field. But the Phillies have a lot of, you know, hit first, not a lot of power yet, center field types. So, you know, it's all about filling the holes, and what they really need is some raw power, and Benny Montgomery would definitely add that. So I'm team most, you know, best available talent, but if Benny Montgomery's there, sure thing, pull the trigger.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on Benny Montgomery. Ben, do you have any
I'm gonna
Comments
be
on that?
honest. Whenever it comes to any draft in any sport, I don't know anything. So I mean, I'm usually when it comes to the MLB draft, I'm best talent available because well, I don't know anything about the MLB draft at all. That's why I really just listen to Alex because he is the lover of prospects.
It is true. I do love some prospects.
Yeah, I mean, I don't ask me honestly. I mean, I am the Philly sports reporter, but when it comes to this draft, I have no clue.
Yeah, Mason, you got anything to add on to what has been said?
Phillies, it's take best available.
Who do you want the Pirates to take?
As much as they need pitching, Mayer.
Mm-hmm. That would be a great pick for them. And then also the thing that we've all been waiting to see in all of our MLB The Show simulations for the past couple of years, we got Home Run Derby at Coors Field in Colorado this year. We got Shohei Ohtani and Joey Gallo. Other than that, it's kind of a jumbled up mess. That's all I'm gonna say. First round, we got Shohei Ohtani versus Juan Soto. I think I have Ohtani winning this. Juan Soto only has 11 home runs this year, compared to Ohtani, who has been really swinging the bat well. Who do you think gonna win, Ohtani or Soto?
I think that I think a lot of people are really forgetting who Juan Soto is. I mean, I think that I'm just gonna say a lot of people are very very misguided when it comes to evaluating the home run derby, because I feel like people just go off of who has the most home runs in the season, and in season power doesn't really correlate with how good you are at hitting home runs. And when it comes to hitters in the game of baseball, Juan Soto is the best, in my personal opinion. That opinion will never change. I think he has the most complete tool package of any hitter in all of baseball. And so I think that a lot of people are really undervaluing him here. That being said, I do think Shohei Ohtani wins in that first round, but only because I think Shohei Ohtani is a freak. He is just absolutely unbelievable. But I really don't know. I don't think he's ever performed in a home run derby before. So, he's at a disadvantage there. It might be a real upset there. But Juan Soto, I mean, that dude generates so much power from his legs. And when you're talking about home run derbies, you don't have the opposing pitcher velocity to really, to turn on a baseball and really send it out at 116 miles an hour. So you really got to use pure power. And Juan Soto's got that in spades. He's got all the leg strength in the world. So I'm picking Shohei Ohtani, but I think there's good room for an upset there. Not gonna lie.
Ben, who do you think will win?
I mean, is this the first time we have a pitcher in the home run derby?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Which means Ohtani's gonna win. But I mean, I agree with Alex. I think Soto is gonna put up a good fight. I think it's gonna be close to the first round, but Ohtani's gonna win. He's just too good.
Yeah. All right, Mason. Who do you think?
Like they've said, Soto is not to be underestimated. Even though he's had a slow start to the season, he's still Juan Soto. He can still destroy the baseball, but Ohtani's on another level. So I'm going to go with Ohtani too.
Yeah. Completing that side of the bracket, we got Salvador Perez versus a reigning champion, Pete Alonso. I'm going to go with the upset here. I think the Polar Bear continues his home run derby dominance and destroys Salvador Perez here.
I think Alonso takes it too. I don't think he'll destroy him. I think Salvi's got a lot of power. People really putting disrespect on a guy that has, I think 23 home runs this season. So I don't know. I think he's going to give him a run for his money. But yeah, Pete Alonso is just really good at home run derbies. So I'm definitely picking Pete.
Yeah, Ben, who do you think wins, Salvi or Pete?
I'm taking Pete. He just has way too much power, and it's just kind of ridiculous. So, and he's very good at home run derbying. So,
yeah, Mason.
I hate going last because it seems like I'm copying all of you. But yeah, it's Pete Alonso. Way too good.
Now we got Ohtani and Alonso on the left side of the bracket, and I'm gonna go Alonso here. Surprisingly, I think I've been hearing, going off what you guys are saying, Ohtani is not used to the home run derby format where you have to do time, and I do believe he will get tired. And I think Alonso is just used to just hitting home runs all day long, and I think Alonso will be able to defend his title in the finals.
Yeah, I'm all over Ohtani. Not gonna lie. I just think I have been so surprised by Shohei Ohtani. Just like in real life, in regular season baseball. And I don't think that it's gonna let up anytime soon. The guy is on another planet right now, and not only right now, but like he's been on another planet for a long time. And I think it's just injuries that have really set him back. But we're potentially looking at one of the greatest stories of all time here. And I think he's gonna add, this is spoilers, but I think he's gonna add a home run derby belt to his legacy. I really do. I think dude's gonna rack it all up. He's gonna have one of the best seasons any player has ever had in the history of Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm. Then who do you got? We got Alonso and Ohtani.
I'm still taking Shohei. I mean, he's just too good.
Yeah, Mason.
If Ohtani knows and learns how to keep his composure throughout the whole event, I think he can take it.
Yeah. And then now we're moving to the right side of the bracket. We got Joey Gallo, and then we got Trevor Story, the hometown bat for the Rockies in their home All-Star game. But I do believe Joey Gallo will be hurting baseball families Monday night.
Yep, I'm with you. I think Trevor Story will be all right. He'll probably be the worst performer of the few, even though he is used to Coors. But I think Joey Gallo in Coors Field is just not fair. I gotta pick Gallo. It's gonna be so awesome to watch. I'm so psyched.
Yeah,
I think Joey Gallo might be hitting the longest home run in baseball history.
I think he's gonna hit the longest in home run derby history. I think the longest is 502.
Let me look.
So I think Joey Gallo is gonna hit the longest.
Yeah, he might go 538. But that's no human can ever do that.
Current record for longest home run derby homer in the StatCast era belongs to Aaron Judge, who smashed one 513 feet during the 2017 Derby at Marlins Park.
That's right. I remember that. It hit the top of the glass in left field. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy.
Gallo could hit one farther. You never know. But
he's going to. He's going to. I can nearly. My prediction is 517. I think he goes 517 to deep right field, center to be specific.
Right center. What section? What row? Seats?
I don't know.
Who's taking the ball home?
I don't know. Course. Zach Hampel's taking the ball home.
Do you believe he beats Joey Meyer of the Denver Zephyrs, hit the longest verifiable home run in professional baseball history? The home run was measured at a distance of 582 feet and was hit inside Denver's Mile High Stadium.
What in the world? When was that?
1987.
Wow. Sure.
Yes.
No, I don't think he'll beat that. That's unreal.
I mean, it's in Denver.
Wow. I mean, yeah. That's why I think Joey's he's got the leg up. Man, I feel like so many people are underestimating how exciting this derby is going to be.
I think that this could be the greatest derby of all time, honestly.
Even though they had some trouble getting some guys to commit, I think the last two rounds will be unreal. I think they're going to be absolutely unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
So then, Mason, who did you say, Gallo or Story? Did you agree with everybody else?
Yeah, it just looks like I'm copying you.
It's okay, Mason.
Hello.
And then we have Matt Olson and Trey Mancini. I'm going to go with Matt Olson here.
Yeah, baby. Matt Olson is one of my favorite people in baseball. That dude rocks. I'm going with Matt Olson. I think Trey Mancini will be I honestly, if there was anybody that I wish would win, I think it would be Trey Mancini. That would be so awesome. Like, he is such a great story. And I feel like it really got lost in the whole COVID-19 season, but he's battling his way back from cancer. So I really would love to see him like come out on a national stage and just be like, hey, world, even though I'm putting up, an amazing season right now, I'm also going to win this home run derby.
Yeah.
But I think Matt Olson's gonna win. That
also, another note, the longest MLB home run in history was 575 feet by Babe Ruth, the straightaway center at Tiger Stadium.
I did not know that. That's long. I believe the longest in history since, or at least if you exclude that one, I think is Mark McGwire, 538. I think
the other one is Chicago White Sox outfielder Dave Nicholson hit a home run officially measured at 573 feet that either bounced atop the left field roof of Comiskey Park or entirely cleared it on May 6, 1964.
That sounds a little bit more like oh, did you guys hear he cleared the roof? Kind of story, which you measure it there and it's like, it's not official, but I believe the longest like actual tracked home run with like physics and apex and all that
like
was Mark
StatCast
McGwire.
Era?
No, not StatCast, but was Mark McGwire. I think it was 538. I'm not sure.
What's the longest in StatCast era? Because we know that should
longest in StatCast I think is 502, and I think it was Rowdy Tellez.
I just met Rowdy the other day.
I'm not sure, but
it says here Nomar Mazara, 505 feet against the White Sox. Yeah,
that's right. Was that was this year?
2019.
Oh, so 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
I forgot about that one.
But it says here the longest ever. So Mark McGwire did hit a 487-foot one in 98.
487. That's not very far.
It says like it's honorable mentions of the longest ones ever is the guy who hit the 582-foot one.
Jim Thomey's got to be in there, right?
Not the number 15 on this list is Mike Piazza at 496 feet. Glenn Allen Hill, 500 feet.
Oh yeah.
Cecil Fielder, 502. Ted Williams, 502.
Ryan Howard hit 1.5 like 05 or 15.
Yeah, Adam Dunn, 504. Giancarlo, 504. Mo Vaughn, 505. Jim Thome, 511.
Yep.
99. Darryl Strawberry, 525.
If you young children have never seen that video of Jim Thome absolutely wrecking with the Indians, it was I can't even remember. It was who made that call? Oh man. So it's this legendary call, but it was Jim Thome on the Indians, and he took a ball dead center, just like walloped 511 feet. It's unbelievable.
I saw that video.
Awesome. It's awesome. Go watch that if you haven't. He's my favorite player of all time. So love that man.
Yeah. Other than that, it's still saying Babe Ruth's 575-foot home run.
I can't believe that.
Other than that, the most recent one probably would be Adam Dunn, 535 feet in 2004.
535?
Yeah, 535 in 2004.
Whoa! Adam Dunn. Maybe they do look alike. Mark McGwire and Adam Dunn. Maybe I'm just mixing them up. Wow.
They're both big guys.
Go Adam Dunn. That's you. It
was on an 88-mile-an-hour changeup right down the middle.
Wow, that makes it even more impressive. I wish it was on like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. That would it would have gone like 600 feet. Because that's crazy. Think about that. You're hitting a ball coming in 88 miles an hour. You have to turn on that. That's all strength. That's crazy. Good for him.
Yeah.
That man did one thing. Two things. He hit home runs and he struck out.
So I think we left off at Joey Gallo versus Matt Olson here in the final semifinals. I would probably have Joey Gallo going against Pete Alonso in the final, in my opinion.
I've got Joey Gallo facing Shohei Ohtani.
I got Gallo against Ohtani, but I have some breaking news. Devontae Smith just won the ESPY for best college athlete in men's sports.
Oh.
Cool.
So
go Birds.
Mason has a star running back from Alabama with no offensive line, which is unfortunate.
Jeez.
It's only true. I'm sorry. You needed to draft an offensive lineman, and you didn't do it. Villanueva is gone. Everybody else is gone. Pouncey's gone. But at least he got Freiermuth. I'll give you that. He's a great guy.
And you got a Tic Tac Star as your wide receiver core, so.
Oh no.
Oh. Corvette out of the first round. Okay.
Oof. Yowza.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mason.
Away from the Steelers, Mason, who do you think moves on to the finals?
Gallo and Otani.
All right, so I got Alonso and Gallo. I think Gallo wins, in my opinion. That'll be interesting to see who you guys think wins with your Otani Gallo final.
I think I know I said Shohei's going to take home a belt eventually. I don't know if it's going to be this year. I think Joey Gallo will take it. I do. I think the man's got the most raw power in the sport. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have a hard time believing that anything he puts the barrel on in Denver, Colorado doesn't fly out of the ballpark. I'm actually serious. Like, I think it is going to be so hard to get Joey Gallo out of this competition. Like, when he is facing just like, because I feel like a lot of people just like feel like, oh, he has such trouble making contact, blah, blah, blah. It's actually not necessarily true. While he does, swing and miss a lot, when you know what's coming, I don't think you're ever going to swing and miss. And so I'm really excited to see Joey Gallo. I think he's just going to be unbelievable. Like, oh man, I'm so psyched.
Then Otani or Gallo?
Otani and Gallo. Otani's gonna run out of gas. He has no experience in the home run derby, so he's just gonna go full on, just go full try hard, full sweat mode in the first 2 rounds, and then just run out of gas in the last round. I got Gallo.
I guess the one thing is that I think if you're the higher seed, you go second. So I think that would be better for Otani, that he only has to hit the amount of home runs he needs to hit rather than hitting 50 and then having only person hit 7.
I mean, if Joey Gallo hits, 50, I don't think anybody's gonna beat that.
That will not be breakable.
And the other thing to remember is, I believe if you hit a home run further than a certain distance, you get a time extension.
Oh yeah, true.
Sure. It's like 430 or something.
I have not really paid close attention to the Derby in recent years, but I believe that's still a rule.
I think it is.
Joey Gallo definitely has the upper hand there.
He's not hit for like 30 minutes straight.
Seriously, I think they might have to cut him off.
2 hours.
They might have to cut him off. I mean, no, I'm kidding, but like not really. They seriously.
It could happen.
He's gonna be amazing. Especially because they're in Colorado, dude. They're gonna be at Coors Field. That's like, it's the ultimate combination. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Mason, Otani or Joey Gallo?
Gallo.
All right. Well, now you are just topping us. I'm just kidding.
That was our predictions for the home run derby. Let's see how those go, and we'll review them next podcast.
I'm 100%.
Speaking of predictions,
yes, leading in. If you remember what happened our first ever episode with Alex Carr, we made our predictions for the 2021 MLB season. Let's go take a look at that spreadsheet now. As you can see, there is a lot of red on here. That just shows that we're pretty good at predicting things, are we, right? Yeah.
Yeah, look at the NL West, really good.
Yeah, nobody predicted Gabe Kapler doing really well this year. Let's just be honest.
No, it's true. It's true. It's very true. He's been pretty good.
As you can see here, Alex so far has the most almost correct answers with 2, I believe, 3 rights. I have 1, and I believe Jared also has 1. Nope, I have 2 because I flipped Angels and Seattle, and Angels and Oakland have been flipped for Alex. And overall, at the end, I had the Dodgers Twins in the World Series. That's not right anymore. We got the Dodgers Yankees for Jared, and then we had the Dodgers White Sox for Alex. And all of those, we had all of the Dodgers winning the World Series. And so far, I have 8 right. Jared has 9 right, and Alex with 12 correct. Now,
Sweeping the board.
Now, it's a whole new ball game we now have a totally new thing. As you can see here, if I can learn how to actually properly copy and paste things, you have your actual standings on the right, and you have your real predictions on the left. As you can see, Jared already made his beforehand, as he's unable to join us today. He has some interesting predictions as the Cubs coming back and sweeping the NL Central.
Wow.
Which is an interesting situation. He has the Giants dropping all the way down to third, which is understandable.
The Cubs selling off every single player they own and still winning the division, baby.
They'll probably beat the Pirates on the last day of the season to get in. I'm sorry, Mason. That's just how it's gonna work.
Oh my god.
Wait, is that actually a true thing? I swear if they play the Cubs on the last day of the season.
They probably do. I wouldn't be surprised.
Let me find out this. All right. While my MLB app fails to loads, let's go and start off our predictions. We are in the NL West. I'll start off by making my first 5. I do believe that the Dodgers will come back and win. Actually, no, I'm not with Trevor Bauer's entire situation. I think that's a lost arm in the rotation. I do believe the Padres will win the NL West. However, in second place, I do believe that the Dodgers will add, say, a starting pitcher at the deadline to fix their problem. And I do think Gabe Kapler's team will run out of gas at some point, and they'll have a ceremonial September collapse, as do the Phillies every year. And I am going to stick with the Rockies being better than Arizona in the, if I can spell, yes. All right, in the NL West. So
Pretty sure Arizona's winning the World Series.
Look, that was not so far-fetched a couple of years ago. I'm very disappointed to see how their organization
really fell off. Out. Yeah, they
got a lot of talent coming down the pipe though, so they'll be okay.
Yeah, and then start off now, Alex. We got you as the new person in here.
Yes, well, being that I'm so good at this, no, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna stick with Dodgers. I think the Dodgers pull it out. I think they have been. This is so silly to say with a team that is nearly like a 600 winning percentage, or if not more than that. But like, I think that I think they'll be fine. They're just underperforming shockingly. But I think they've faced a lot of injuries. They've faced a lot of troubles in that respect, and lo and behold, they're still fighting for first place, which is incredible. That team, I said this last time we were on the podcast, said that it's probably the most complete team I've ever seen in my life. It is just from farm system to bullpen rotation, starting lineup. It's ludicrous. The only thing that I don't like about that team is their defense, and that's that's even a little bit weird because they have an amazing outfield defense. So whatever. But second place,
Albert Pujols too.
Well, he's not going to help their defense very much. I'm not sure he's going to help the team very much, period, end of story. But, he's a good bench bat. That is for darn sure. I will take Albert Pujols on my bench any day. As for second place, I've got Padres. I think Pods will be fine. They'll keep doing what they've been doing, even though, they also have kind of faced some adversity. And then, third place, I've got the Giants. I don't think they're going to collapse. I think that they will be in contention for the wild card until the season's over. But I do think that there could be a mix up in the wild card eventually. We'll see what happens. But Giants third, and then I've got Rockies fourth, and Arizona unfortunately seems to be in an insurmountable hole, which is sad for me.
Yeah. Now we got Ben. Don't mess up your first predictions here on the channel. What do you got?
All right, I got the Diamondbacks now. I think the Padres are winning the NL West. I agree with you that without Trevor Bauer, something bad could happen. And yeah, and then I got the Dodgers second.
Yes.
Yeah, I basically the same thing as you, which I'm not copying. I actually had that written down.
And then, yes. The NL West, let's see if we could be completely wrong again for the NL West. But,
watch Arizona win.
I mean, we're probably, unless Mason changes this up, will he join Jared and Alex or me and Ben for the predictions? Let's see what Mason says here.
Okay, first of all, the Pirates play the Cubs the second to last series.
All right, so the Cubs are not going to win the division. Okay, we're good.
I'm going Padres.
Yes, a fellow man to the Padres side.
Dodgers, Giants, Rockies, Arizona.
Wow, it's funny
Welcome
how
to the dark side, my friend.
Let me just say, it's bothering my OCD beyond belief that we have Padres, Dodgers, Giants, Rockies, and then a state name instead of Diamondbacks.
I have, instead of writing out Cardinals, I have St. Louis, if that helps.
Oh man.
And then we also
Pain.
got the good old Lowell Mets.
Well,
out here.
that makes sense, but
That makes sense. Now moving on to the NL Central. We all know the Pirates are coming back and winning the division. They're gonna buy Mookie Betts.
100%.
They're gonna get back Garrett Cole for a reunion. McCutcheon will return. All right, no, just kidding. The NL Central is like the NL East. It's a very close race. I do think that right now the Brewers are in first place, and they have been very quietly in first place. You haven't heard anything good about them. You haven't heard anything bad about them. Nobody's heard about Kristen Yelich in like 15 years. Something happened to him. I mean, he's still playing baseball, but nobody talks about him anymore. But I do think the Reds will buy at the deadline. I think they do move into first place here in the NL Central. Then I do believe it will be the Brewers. And then I think St. Louis doesn't really sell off much, but they stay clinched into that third spot. And then the Cubs stay in fourth after selling off. And then we got the Pirates. Yeah. Alex, your turn.
I do want to say I talked a lot about the Brewers in our preseason rankings, and I was really close. I fought myself all over the place trying to have the guts to pick the Brewers to win this division. I think I picked the Reds.
Let's go check it
I
out.
can't remember.
You picked the St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, I wasn't even close to picking the Reds. Oh, I put the Brewers second though. So I
think you were debating between the Reds and the Brewers for third.
I was. No. I was talking about I wanted to put the Brewers first, but I didn't think that the that the offense would follow suit. But at that point, they also hadn't signed Colton Wong. I don't think.
Yeah.
So I was anyway. So that doesn't matter. But I think that the Brewers will continue to that pitching core, something that nobody really ever talks about with Brewers. And you know they are a small market team, so it makes some sense. But the Brewers are a pitching factory. They can pull pitching out of nowhere. And they have a rotation that is to be feared. I think they go out and they acquire another starting pitcher. And then I think that they will definitely seek some lineup help. Nobody is talking about them for like any of the guys that are out there right now, but like Joey Gallo can play first base.
Other than I think they were talking about Colton Wong because he's on a little cold streak. I think they were linking them to Trevor Story for some reason. I heard that somewhere.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. They have had a hole at shortstop for a while now. So I could definitely see them making a push for Trevor Story. I could see them making a push for a first baseman of some description, whether that be Carlos Santana or somebody like that. I could see that they have an amazing catcher right now in Omar Narvaez, who's not getting any love, but he's probably the best catcher in baseball right now. And that's to say this season, not, in general, but he's having an amazing season. And aside from, Buster Posey, but he just got hurt anyway. So I'm pretty in on the Brewers here, especially if Christian Yelich can pick up that. I think Brewers will definitely take this. I think the Cardinals will then come in second place. I think they have they've underperformed a little bit, but they'll come through. I think they'll probably be buyers at the deadline, even though I don't know what they have to give. Their system is not the best. The Reds, I think, will sell, but will still come in third in the division. I think they'll only sell. They'll parse off some pieces. But then, I have the Cubs in fourth. I think they will sell all the way. And I think the Pirates, unfortunately, will come in fifth. Sorry, Mason.
Ben.
All right, Alex, just to help you out. There's Oakland and Seattle in the AL West. Mitch wrote out those, and then there's Baltimore in the AL East. So there are some other city names.
Yeah, some words are hard to spell.
Okay, well, it's killing me.
Okay, give me the Reds at number 1.
Oh.
Wow.
I think they I'm just to cut in real quick. I
Hot
think the
take
Red.
city.
I think the Reds will buy. I mean, they're not going to waste a great season by Castellanos and Winker, and I think they really just do need to grab. I don't know where their weak spot is with Moose. I guess a second baseman, shortstop, and a catcher. Really, I mean Tucker Barnhart and Stevenson are okay, but I guess you could go after, say, a catcher. But other than that, I could see the Reds. I mean, they barely have anybody to give, but I could see them just sticking there.
I just think they have a lot of problems. I think that there are a lot of guys that are making a lot of money that aren't producing, namely Eugenio Suarez, Mike Moustakas.
Mhm.
It's not happening. And they were already talking about selling. I mean, if they were really serious about competing this year, they would not have sold off pieces in the offseason or, put feelers out for pieces in the offseason even. And they've had a bad record with guys coming up and producing. I mean, Nick Senzel has unfortunately been pretty bad for them. And then you look at these other guys that are just they're not pulling their weight. The team right now is Nick Castellanos and Jesse Winker. That's it. I think their pitchers aren't producing. Sonny Gray's back on the IL. Luis Castillo is obviously not who he once was, apparently, which is shocking. But it's just not a lot is going right for them outside of those two players.
Are you sure Michael Lorenzen won't come back and become the new Shohei Ohtani for the Cincinnati Reds?
Yep. Michael Lorenzen is, I think, in my opinion, I really want him in the offseason. I think he's amazing. But I think he's going to fall victim to the sticky stuff, unfortunately. I think he's going to have some command issues.
Yeah. Ben, to continue on with your predictions, what do you got after the Reds?
Give me the Cardinals at second. I see the Cardinals exploding.
The Brewers collapsing.
No, put the Brewers at 3. I just see St. Louis doing something. Yeah, perfect. Sorry, Mason, but
Mason, what you got going on over in your NL Central?
You want me to be biased with this? Because if so, I'll put the Cubs and the Reds in last.
I mean, to be honest, the Pirates don't really sell much. I mean, they could, the Cubs and Reds can just collapse if they sell everything. So it's not entirely possible the Pirates could move up to 3rd.
What's the Cubs buy? I mean,
yeah.
I don't think that's happening.
Louis, number 1.
So Brewers are in 1st. All right.
I said St. Louis.
Oh, I didn't.
Wait, what? Hold up.
Ah, interesting.
All time. No, first of all. Second of all, it's not happening. St. Louis is going to explode, but they're not. The Reds are too good. So.
Now let's see who else he has in 2nd.
Reds.
Ooh.
Still disagree.
All right.
Brewers.
No love for my Brewers. Dang.
I showed them love by putting them in 2nd. They were acknowledged.
Pirates, Cubs.
Whoa!
Wow. I did not react. I did not react to that, but that is the boldest take of the day. Love that.
And we all agree with Alex Carr's recent tweet. Gene Segura should definitely be an all-star.
Yeah, just had to put that one out there while we were recording,
Speaking of Twitter, the Savannah Bananas just replied to my tweet, so that's cool.
That's good. No word on the Alec Bohm situation as we move into the NL East.
Ugh.
And with my bias, I kind of had to fight off my bias in the early season predictions and not putting the Phillies in first place, but I'm not going to limit that bias anymore. The Phillies are winning the NL East.
Whoa!
Yeah.
The last time the Mets were in the lead in the 2007, that's all I'm going to say, Mets fans. Remember 2007? You were so up and high. We're going to the World Series, and then look what happened.
You went right crashing back.
And then he went back down the little Mets. And then after that, I will probably still have the Mets in at second. I think it's going to be a late season. The Phillies probably should not collapse in September this year. I'm hoping that changes.
If that Mets wrong.
Oh, thank you. There we go. And then now with this Ronald Acuna situation, kind of throws a wild card in here with the Nationals. I'm going to put the Nats in third with the Braves in fourth, doing with the Ronald Acuna situation. I'm flip-flopping between the two, but with the Ronald Acuna situation, I cannot see the Braves performing well.
I love it. I love the boldness.
That is my NL East predictions, and now we can move on to Alex.
I am unfortunately going to pick the Mets to win the
Oh,
NL East.
come on.
I'm sorry.
That's so un-Philly-like of you.
I think they really will at this juncture. They will go all in. And I think that they're gonna, make some they're already in first place. They have a lot of obvious holes that they need to fill, namely third base, and this market is flush with them, unfortunately. You got Chris Bryant, you got Josh Donaldson, you got even Mike Moustakas if you wanted to go that route. If you wanted to, there's a lot of them out there, unfortunately. So I think they're gonna buy an impact bat. I think they're probably gonna buy a back end rotation piece just to shore up the whole depth situation. And Carlos Carrasco is also going to be coming back. Unfortunately, and not unfortunately. What am I saying? Fortunately, I love Carlos Carrasco. What? Ex-Philly, by the way. But then, then you've got obviously they're probably going to buy a bullpen piece as well. But they've already got Edwin Diaz has been having a pretty good year. Seth Lugo is back now. They've got a good team. They do, and I think it's only going to get better by the deadline. I do not think Stephen Cohen is gonna disappoint. So I think they're gonna win the division. However, I also think the Philadelphia Phillies will buy, and I think that they will come in second, and they will usurp Gabe Kapler's Giants for a wild card spot.
Whoa!
I think that is going to be the storyline. I actually, honestly, I'm not sure if that will actually happen, but I do think that would be a storyline to behold. And honestly, the stage is set. If you look at what's going on in out in the NL West, obviously the Padres are going to have a spot. Although I don't know, is it really that set in stone? Who knows? But Padres will probably have a spot. If the Giants falter, I mean, I don't think St. Louis is going to get even close. St. Louis is worse than the Phillies right now. So, or are they? Actually,
I think. Let me look.
They have a worse record. I'm looking. Yeah, they're 43 and 46, and I think the Reds are going to sell. Or if not sell, they will stand pat, and I don't think that will be enough for them. So I think the stage is set. I think the stage is really set. If the Phillies buy, they can beat out the Giants because I do think the Giants will falter at some point. And I think the Phillies will come through and they will prevail. I hope. But yeah, I think that's what's going to end up happening for me. Although, look, if the Mets suddenly collapsed, that would be crazy. Winning the division would be huge for the Phillies. It would absolutely be massive. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a really fun second half, though. I'm very much looking forward to it. As for third place, I'm going to stick with the Braves. No matter what happens, I think the Braves will be better than the Nationals. I think the Nationals, this is as hot as they get. Kyle Schwarber was, red hot, historically hot. And if that's, if they can't stick with a 500 record with, your guy hitting 2 home runs every game, yikes. So I just think they're bad.
Yeah. So as we finish off here the NL East, let's try to speed run through these last predictions as I unfortunately have very little time remaining. I have until at the time of recording, it's now 8:55. I probably have around till 9:15. So
gotcha.
Let's run through these. Let's speed run. All right, Ben.
All right.
NL East, go.
Mets, Braves, Phillies, Nats, Marlins.
Lowell, Mets, Phillies, Braves.
No, I said Braves, Phillies.
Oof.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I don't
He
see
is
Acuna going anywhere. Acuna's fine.
I mean, we'll
fake
see.
news. All right, Marlins. Mason. Oh, he switched out his hat, didn't he? Oh, look at this
Oh
man.
my god.
Yeah.
he he had enough of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
You dog my team.
No, Mason, I need you to put the hat back on. I need that luck.
Mets, Phillies, Braves,
Ah,
not Marlins.
Attaboy.
Marlins. All right, now
Good job,
we get
King.
into the nitty gritty. We got the NL playoffs. Obviously, number one seed, I probably have the Padres. In order to win out that NL West, I do believe they'll need an insane record. Second seed, I did have the Reds, but however, in order for the Phillies to come back and win this division, they will have to go on for a run. And then I have the Reds in third. And first wild card, obviously the Dodgers. And then second wild card, I will probably have the Mets. I do think it will be a revenge series from a couple years ago with Chase Utley taking out Tejada. I think it's going to be a revenge for that. So in this situation, it would be probably Padres, Dodgers, which will be an insane series. Phillies, Reds, I think the Phillies would win that. It's just a reminiscent of Roy Halladay's series a couple years ago in 2010, which would be fitting for the Phillies to go back, which would be pretty interesting to see. I think it will come down probably the Phillies. Hate to say this, it's gonna be Phillies Dodgers. And I think the Dodgers
World Series ambitions.
and I do think the Phillies will run out of gas unless they add a starting pitcher at the deadline. I think they'll make it to the Dodgers, and I'll take that. Just being to the playoffs is a huge accomplishment for the Phillies. Don't get me wrong, but you can't go past the Dodgers. The Dodgers Padres series will take out one of those teams. Obviously, if the Dodgers don't play the Padres, they'll meet somewhere down the road in the playoffs, obviously. But I still think the Dodgers are too good. I think their offense is great in October, and I think they continue that. Alex, what's your...
I've got Dodgers, Mets, and Brewers. Wild card 1, I've got Padres, and then Phillies in wild card 2.
Ooh, Phillies Padres. That would be a
I don't
Yeah,
even have
baby.
the Phillies finishing with an above 500 record.
I mean,
Where are you getting this from?
wild card was under 500.
They did have they did have one of the hardest first half schedules in all
That's
of baseball.
true.
And they have one of the easiest second half schedules in all of baseball. I think they have the second easiest actually. And their final, hold on, let me just, so really quickly, it is totally conceivable that they could, because their final games of the season, and I'm sorry, Mason, but their final games of the season, they have 3 against Baltimore, 4 against Pittsburgh,
Oh,
and
no.
then 3 against Atlanta.
And
Depending on what's going on with Atlanta at that point, we'll see. But I mean, they've got a huge chance to gain.
How
some
many
ground
games in a row did we win in 2007 in order to
I
pass the
can't
Mets?
remember, but it was a lot.
I think it was like 15 or something.
I think it was
like
12 or 13. I can't remember. But I mean, that's a big deal. That's a huge chance to gain some ground. So, look, I think they're not going to get very far in the postseason, but I think they'll make it to the postseason for sure.
So who do you think will win?
I think the Dodgers win. Dodgers win pretty handily, I think. Just because that team is absurd.
Ben.
I got Padres. Who did I have? Hold on. Padres, Mets, Reds.
And
Wild card got Dodgers, Giants.
And who do you got winning the entire thing?
Padres.
Ooh.
Wow, that would rock.
Yeah. Then we reach Mason at the end of the line. Who does Mason have?
Padres, St. Louis, Mets.
Ooh. And wild card 1 for you?
Dodgers, and then Phillies.
Ooh. Okay. And now who do you got winning the NL?
Padres.
Interesting. We're already switching up some of our predictions. We got 2 Padres. So far, everybody stayed the same with all the Dodgers coming out of the NL. Now, speed running the American League, starting with the AL West. I'm going to go with Oakland.
Hold on, is
Wow.
Jared has the
Astros.
Astros winning the AL?
Yes, he does.
Oh my goodness.
And then I'm probably going to go Angels here. I think they do not blow it. And I think they stay there. Seattle. And then the Rangers. Alex, what do you got?
Yeah, I've got Astros too. I thought the Astros would be good, but I've been really shocked by how good they've been. Then I've got Oakland. Yep. I didn't think they'd be legit, but they are. I've got Seattle.
I totally forgot about
Oh.
Actually, no, I'm lying. I've got Angels. Sorry, I forgot. Seattle's gonna sell. They're definitely gonna sell. Dipoto can't resist. And then Rangers. Yep.
And now we move on to Ben.
Astros, Oakland, Seattle,
Typing.
and then Angels, Rangers.
And then Mason.
Oakland, Astros, Angels, Seattle, Rangers.
Wow.
Somebody agrees with me.
The old copy paste
Technique. So so Ben agreed with the current standings. So he thinks that will stay the same for
Oh,
the
I
rest
did?
of
I
the
can't
game.
even see it.
Yeah, this is the actual. You got Astros, Oakland, Seattle, Angels, and Rangers. Astros, Oakland, Seattle, and Angels. Rangers. Now the AL Central. This turned out to be less of a bloodbath than I thought it would be at the beginning of the season. I'm probably gonna stick with the White Sox in first. Then the Cleveland baseball team. Then
Spiders.
the Tigers are in third right now. This is very interesting, and I don't think they'll really sell off anybody other than probably Jonathan Scope. And I think they stay in third with the Twins and the Royals. I think they're going to be really sell heavy, and I think the Royals, just with their talent that they're not going to sell, are going to make them stay in last place.
Nice. I'm gonna go White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just given the climate right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going Tigers.
Whoa!
And then I'm gonna go Indians, I guess, in third. And then Twins in fourth, and Royals in fifth. Just given the climate.
Given the climate, give your brief 30-second elevator speech as to why the Tigers will finish second in the AL Central.
So for you mentioned a good reason, Mitch. The Tigers don't have a lot that they're gonna be selling off. Probably Robbie Grossman, and Jonathan Scope. But Jonathan Scope's had a really, really good year for them. But they have a bunch of young guys that are probably gonna be ready to step up to the plate. If not, there's still some guys that they can actually grab on minor league deals to fill positions, whatever they got to do. But I think honestly, they've got a really good young pitching core. They'll sell off some bullpen pieces like Michael Fulmer. They'll sell off probably, Joe Jimenez has had a bad year, but he might get sold or non-tendered. And then, Giovanni Soto. But outside of that, or Gregory Soto, right?
Yeah,
that's the guy's
Gregory.
name. Yeah, there you go. Giovanni Soto was a catcher. Anyway, I think that they have, that's a little less beneficial to them because they won't get that big of a deadline haul back, but also like they've got prospects ready to go. So I think they're at a turning point at this point, and they picked a good time for it because the Twins are probably going to sell, and the Indians are just the Indians. And shockingly, they've come out pretty good on the other side of the Francisco Lindor trade, but yeah, I'm thinking Tigers for a second.
All right. Ben.
All right, White Sox, Spiders, Tigers,
yes.
Twins, Royals.
Twins, Royals, and agreeer with me in my prediction.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And then Mason.
White Sox, name redacted.
Oh yes, I have blanked. That's not how you spell it. There we go.
Just put it blank so we just know.
Twins, Royals, Tigers.
So yes, the Tigers
Wow.
falling apart.
Tigers are gonna fall apart.
Oh,
Do you
no.
think Andrew Benintendi gets traded again?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why they have him. But maybe not this year, but probably this year. He's had a pretty good year.
Yeah. Now the AL East. This is interesting. We all had the Yankees or Blue Jays winning it, and that isn't right. The Red Sox are in first place. And what I saw from the Red Sox today, I can't believe how far they have gotten in this division. And with Nick Pivetta especially, and Braden Workman, who actually forgot how to pitch today.
Well, they got him on a minor league deal, so
Yeah, that's that's true. If that says anything, I think I'm gonna go with the guaranteed first. I think Baltimore's gonna stay in last. I think this is gonna be a very interesting division, and I think the Red Sox do fall off a little bit, but I do have. I'm gonna. I just can't. I'm putting the Yankees in fourth. I'm having a really bad feeling just about and then I'm gonna have the Red Sox falling to third. I think the Rays stay in second. And
My Blue Jays.
Actually, wait, I'm gonna change this. There we go. I do think the Blue Jays will end up winning the division. They have been linked to a lot of good names. They got Corey Dickerson most recently from the Marlins. Pretty good trade for them, in my opinion. George Springer, once he gets fully healthy, I do believe he'll be a great addition. At the deadline, they've been linked with Nelson Cruz. If you get Nelson Cruz, Toronto will be a great power hitting team, but I still have questions about their starting pitching.
Now, Mitch, I do want you to recall that in our preseason podcast, you were, when I picked the Blue Jays to win this division, you were a little shaky on me.
Yes.
You were a little shaky on me, but it looks like things have changed.
I have been drinking the RK from MLB The Show.
Yeah, well,
in the Discord.
I'm also going to go with Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays are, their biggest problem is not their lineup. The biggest problem is their rotation, and they will upgrade it. I think they are going to go out and actually, their big trade is probably going to go with the Minnesota Twins. They'll say, hey, give us Nelson Cruz and Jose Barrios, and we'll throw you, this amazing prospect, because the Blue Jays have a slew of them. That organization is really well run, and they are a big market, and they are ready to win. Yes, and I will put Baltimore.
They should be moving back to Toronto, hopefully, in August. I think they applied to go there after the trade deadline.
Yep.
See if that goes well for them.
Well, we'll see. With the whole Delta variant, I'm not sure. How that's
unless they're fully vaccinated, that probably.
But yeah, I mean, I think look, the Blue Jays getting anybody like Nelson Cruz or just anybody upgrading this team from what it already is. I mean, Marcus Semion's been amazing. George Springer is obviously, one of the best postseason hitters in the majors right now. He's got a reputation for being clutch. I just think that they're gonna make a run for sure. Second place, I've got the Red Sox. Third place, I've got I've been debating about this for a long time. I'm gonna put the Rays in third.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna put the Yankees in fourth too. I didn't think I'd put the Yankees in fourth, but I'm gonna put them there.
And now Ben.
All right, thank you for that. Save me an extra breath. Give me the Red Sox in first.
The Red Sox staying in first place.
Yeah. Give me Blue Jays in third or second. Rays in third, Yankees in fourth.
Now you know what? I'm gonna go bold. Can you put Yankees in third for me and Red Sox in fourth, and Rays in second?
Okay.
Hold the phone. He's got a cannon.
I can't type anymore. Okay, so Command C, Command V, and then we got the Rays here. Not the Rayas, the Rays. There you go.
I think the Red Sox are gonna collapse. Their pitching is horrible.
Just because of that, you just scared my prediction. Now I'm gonna go.
Oh, you don't have to.
Nah, I was debating between this two, and I decided.
Oh, Mason put it on the Red Sox hat.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Does Mason have the Red Sox winning the division? Let's find out now.
Red Sox in fifth.
Blue Jays.
Ah.
Yeah, baby.
RK will be very happy with this episode.
What are you doing? My Blue Jays.
Sox Rays.
And then we got the
Yankees.
yeah.
Yankees.
Now the AL playoffs. I am going to go with. I need to look at the overall wins for these teams because I can't imagine what's going on. So Toronto's at 44 wins right now. The White Sox are 53 and the Oakland's at 51. I'm gonna go with the White Sox as number 1 seed. I'll stick with that. Then number 2, I'm probably gonna go with Oakland, and then Blue Jays will be the 3rd seed. Then wild card 1, I am going to go with the Astros. I do believe that's gonna be a close random division. And then I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Rays. They sneak in at wild card 2. I don't think the Indians will be there. Actually, no. I'm going bold. Angels will sneak in with Shohei Ohtani in the wild card 2 spot for. I just don't see the Rays getting there. They have been okay, but they haven't been as great as they have been in previous years, and I just don't think they can put enough together in order to fully get to the postseason this year. Alex, what do you have?
I have White Sox in the 1st seed.
Yes.
The Astros in the 2nd seed. I have Blue Jays in 3rd seed. Wild card 1, I'm gonna put the Rays. And wild card 2, I'll put Oakland.
Oakland. All right. Now going back, I forgot to talk about this. Who do I have winning the AL playoffs? We have the White Sox versus the winner of the Angels Astros. I do think that I'm gonna go with the upset. The Angels upset the Astros in 1-game series.
Oh.
Wow.
I think they pitched Shohei Ohtani in that game. Weird prediction. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani finally get through to the 2nd round of the playoffs. White Sox, Angels, however, I think the White Sox will run away with it. I think this will be a one and done flash in the pan for the Angels there. Oakland Blue Jays. I have the Blue Jays. Oakland, unfortunately, will not win in Oakland. I think they will only win at their next city they choose to relocate to. And then Blue Jays, White Sox. Interesting series, but if the Blue Jays do make some great additions and do have home fans in Toronto, I do think the Blue Jays will make it to the AL. And they will represent the AL in the World Series. That is my prediction.
My Blue Jays.
I believe I had the Blue Jays in the preseason, correct? Winning the World Series?
You had the Dodgers winning, however, you did have the White Sox getting.
I had the White Sox. Interesting. This is a tough one. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Blue Jays.
Ooh.
My Blue Jays.
They've got the depth. They will have the pitching at that point, I believe. And then I also think that they will have, just one of the most brutal lineups in the American League.
Mm-hmm. Ben, who do you got number 1 seed?
White Sox. Then
White Sox.
And then Red Sox.
We're going with all the Sox.
And Astros.
Asterix.
Orange Sox.
And wild card 1.
The Blue Sox or the Blue Jays. Actually,
Birds,
just Sox.
yes.
And then hold on. Oakland.
Yeah, and who do you got going to the World Series this time?
I don't even know. Give me the White Sox.
Interesting. Tony La Russa gets there.
I think that'll be their downfall.
Probably correct in that statement. Now we got Red Sox
Hold on,
fan
scratch
101. Oh,
Scratch that. Give me the Blue Jays. Give me the underdog.
Wow.
I'm done. My Blue Jays.
Mason, what do you got
I'm
going on
angry
over here?
I got the White Sox, the Blue Jays, and then Oakland.
And then wild card 1.
Astros.
Astros and Red Sox, I assume then.
Yes.
And who do you got going to the World Series with that?
Jays.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
My Blue Jays.
Holy moly!
Everybody except Jared predicted the Blue Jays this time
Jared
around.
guys
just
realize
doesn't know what he's doing.
Do you guys realize how much has to happen for the Blue Jays to actually go to the World Series?
Yes. Then
I
again,
know-
if they don't do anything at the
dreams of.
yeah,
Wow.
if
The
they
Blue
don't
Jays
do
win
anything
the
at the
World Series.
deadline, yeah, if they don't do anything at the deadline,
They
this ain't
will.
happening.
They will. They will.
But all right.
If the Blue Jays win the World Series, I will buy a Vladdy jersey.
Unfortunately, I'm not drinking that much arcade juice, and I'm still sticking with the Dodgers winning the World Series back to back.
Wow.
Something that has not been done in a while.
20 odd years.
20 odd years, yeah.
25, I think. I'm going with the Dodgers as well.
And Ben.
Give me the Padres.
Oh, that's right. You did have the Padres go into the final. And then Mason.
Padres.
Pirates.
Case.
Pirates.
It starts with a P, so it counts as just the same. Here we go. If your team has been chosen in any of these positions, we are not responsible for any jinxing that may occur in any sort of month, including the Philadelphia Phillies in the month of September. This has been your disclaimer.
I'll
Moving
see you guys
on.
when I have 30 out of 30.
If he gets 30. Oh God. Whoever
Last
gets all
time a-
right. Whoever
Last time a team won back-to-back World Series, it was actually 3 in a row. Was 98 to 2000 with the Yankees.
Hmm.
Yep. 20 odd.
So let's set this. Whoever gets the most correct in this prediction gets a follow back by the Alex Carr on Twitter.
What if it's me?
You have to follow yourself, Alex.
What do I get?
Then you follow me.
It comes
Man.
down to a rock paper scissors match, or whoever comes in.
The stakes are so high.
No, wait, no,
Wow.
Alex. You don't want to win, because if you do win, because I haven't gotten my PS5 yet, so we can't play on MLB The Show. You get the one, the only David Hale rookie card.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yo.
I'll take it. All right. I will take it. The stakes are high. Yeah, if I'll agree to that bet. If one of you guys beats me, I will you know what? Whoever gets more than me in this chat, whoever gets more than me gets a follow back. I'll give you that deal.
Ooh.
Stakes are high.
Alex is more
Heard it
like a
here
punishment.
first.
He gets the David Hale rookie card. I don't know.
Yeah. I
Punishment or not.
can't wait.
You'll get a surprise rookie card also.
Oh, great. I can't wait. It's
No,
gonna be
I-
awesome.
They might be, say, one of Freddie Freeman or Aroldis Chapman.
Ooh.
I don't know. I got some of those laying
Ooh.
around.
I rolled
but,
this Chapman now.
Yeah, his mark is. Anyways.
It's tanking.
Anyways, well, these are our predictions for 2021 MLB All-Star Break predictions. We shall all return, hopefully with Jared also in here. We shall all reconvene here probably either at the last week of the season. Well, granted, we won't be able to do. Well, yeah, we'll do it after the last week of the season. Go through all our standings, playoff predictions. Then we'll roll in and meet after the World Series, after your Philadelphia Phillies win the World Series. I'm just kidding, but hopefully I'm not.
My
I'm just
Padres,
saying.
actually.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. We might do a trade deadline special. It all depends on what goes on here. If you want to see that, leave a like, leave a comment. And all these guys, people's information, such as Mason's podcast, Alex, Twitter, and Twitch stream, and his Discord server will all be linked in the description below, along with Ben's Philly Sports Reports and Sports Network, along as his Twitter. Go follow him. I use his Twitter all the time to retweet things that I don't choose to type out myself. So he's a godsend for my Twitter. Once again, go follow us on Twitter. New podcast every Sunday. We might be spreading it out a little bit, but we'll have some more podcasts coming out to you for the next couple weeks with special guests coming along. There's a surprise. You'll see them next week. This has been episode 19 of the Liberty for Philly podcast. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeehaw.